Hey guys, I just got back from London as part of my Your Big Year going around the world trip. Now one of the person I've met during my trip in London was a unique guy, an entrepreneur extraordinaire. He was awarded by the World Economic Forum one of the global young leaders, which really shows for his knowledge, his experiences, his contributions, and of course his effort that he has made either through his entrepreneurial ventures or through his engagement with world leaders at global platforms like the World Economic Forum, which really made him deserve this title. Now, he's a good friend of mine, and what happened was he runs a social recruiting company called Brave New Talent, and this person I'm talking about is a good friend based in London. Hello, Lucian Tarnowski. Now, we had a chat with Lucian about the world trip that will be happening, in which we'll be working in communities, we'll be working in societies to improve them via education, redevelopment of their basic infrastructures, and at the same time getting involved in conservation projects as far away as Africa to South America to even developed countries. Now, here's the thing, when I was talking to Lucian, we pondered on a question about volunteerism and how really effective it is. I know whatever I'm saying right now may be counterproductive to my entire trip, but my discussion with him opened my mind further, which is something I would like to share with all of you watching this video right now. So you see, we'll be going around the world, it's going to be fantastic, we're going to be volunteering. But the first question is that Lucian asked me was, he said, given a scenario, for example, if we're in India building a school, of course it feels very nice, we feel proud of ourselves, we feel fulfilled to be able to put blocks of bricks over and over and over and over again. It shows self-satisfaction, but Lucian taught me this. You know, we go into India, for example, as a volunteer, we're piling up bricks to build a school. However, the locals there are basically piling up bricks faster and smoother than us. Maybe that's because for some of us, or maybe most of us, piling up bricks may not be our core competency skills. So the question that Lucian and I pondered was, we are all highly qualified people. I'm pretty sure most of us here would have gone to university or would have had substantial forms of education. Hence, if that's the case, should we just invest our time during these volunteer trips around the world to just be piling up bricks, building schools? Of course, we should contribute our time to do things like that because we will learn new experiences, but really, what would be the most effective way to impact that community? Of course, we shared about methods like knowledge sharing, in which if you have come from a good university, if you have come from a good family background, if you have served in governments, if you have served in businesses, if you're an entrepreneur, looking at a problem faced by that society, instead of just piling up bricks and following the status quo, maybe what you should start thinking about is what new innovative solutions you can bring to the village, to the community, to improve them even further. Remember, when we're talking about volunteering projects, which are usually held across developing countries, among underprivileged rural areas, people who do not have access to what we have had in abundance in our modern lives in the urban areas today. So what really happens here is that we should start asking the question, how do we contribute back to them? One of the things here is that Lucian actually shared with me was to actually have highly qualified volunteers like ourselves who could share our expertise to improve on their daily systems, improve on their mindset. What we could also do with our skills in terms of communicating, in terms of reaching out to the media, which is something that we'll be doing, talking to leaders in their communities, world leaders all around the world, we could potentially as well bring their voices across. They may not know how to do a business proposal, they may not know how to communicate plans constructively, but I believe this is a path, this is a platform where we can come in and lend our skills, co-create that content and that solution with them, and then present it to a higher power. You know, by having that discussion with Lucian, it really opened my eyes. And one of the other things we have discussed as well, I bid Lucian all the best as he'll be flying off to Davos to attend the World Economic Forum. But there's something that we have discussed. agents of change in the world are not necessarily governments or business leaders in terms of CEOs, because at the end of the day, governments, as many governments as some may say, would be chasing for votes. They would be chasing to be re-elected again. Of course they do their job, but when it comes to elections, well, things may change. Business CEOs tend to respond to the profit and loss statements. However, we find that entrepreneurs without dynamism, entrepreneurial skills, and that never want to quit attitude may be the agents of change. If we run our businesses, whether it be big or small, if we decide to put amount of money, or if we decide to invest efforts in community development, I believe entrepreneurs have that responsibility to do so. So again, it was an interesting discussion between me and Lucian. It really opened up my mind where, it's nice to go to countries in volunteer projects to start building schools. And I encourage that. I'll be doing that personally. But think about it. What else can you do? Can you actually share the ideas, the best practices that you have seen in your home country with the authorities of that nation? And how do you follow up with the implementation? Maybe you could coach these people, these kids at the slums in India, these people in South Africa who are dying of AIDS or HIV. Maybe sharing your ideas on creating a captivating campaign to get them off those social illnesses. Just a few ideas that I believe is most relevant to especially those who have acquired the knowledge, the experiences, the skills, and the network that you currently have to make change happen. Again, this is Michael Teoh, sharing my 2 cents worth of thought. I'll be posting this video logging up again soon. Thank you.